What's going on, everybody? TheKennyDubz here with another Mega Man X Dive weapon overview video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Miracle Blade Saber as it released recently in the global version. Alright, here we're taking a look at the Miracle Blade here. First and foremost, if you hear that, it's my air conditioner. It's hot in New York and I need my air conditioner on sometimes. Other than that, if things look a little bit different here today, it's because I'm on my global account. As you can see here, I have the Miracle Blade Saber this time. I say this time because in the previous video, where I was talking about it a little bit, I didn't have it unlocked, so that is why. So let's take a look at the passive skills on the Miracle Blade Saber. First up, Dark Energy Blade will shoot energy blades that penetrates terrain when attacking, dealing 42% or 43% attack damage to the target. Can only trigger once after 2-second cooldown. Not bad, gives you a ranged option as well, and it's 3 energy blades. Next up, cooldown reduction device. When you exhaust weapon energy, reduce your cooldown time by 15%. That's always nice, so that when your cooldown, you have a faster cooldown on the weapon if you run out of energy. Following that, we have Arc Energy Blade. When using a jump slash attack, it hits a target, releases 3 additional energy blades that ignore terrain and obstacles, dealing about 43% attack damage to that target. Expecting only trigger once per 2-second cooldown. Jump slash hits a target, the energy blades will fly to the right. So this one basically is this passive, but when doing a jump slash. I don't know if I think these do stack. Right, kind of like Dive Armor Iris's ability. I'm not entirely sure just because I've never been able actually to use this weapon myself until now. So I will have to go ahead and see if they do with that. But additional damage, that's pretty nice. Next up, we have Multi-Anomaly. When hitting a target with a weapon or the weapon attack or energy blade, there's a chance to inflict slow, lowering the movement speed by 50%. That is a huge slow. It can only trigger up to a 1-second cooldown. So every other second you can hit them with the slow. Hitting a player with a weapon attack or energy blade, there's a chance to inflict the healing reduction status as well. Healing dampening the healing by 60%. Kill the trigger after 1-second cooldown. When hitting a target with a weapon or energy blade, there's a chance to weaken the target's defense, increase damage taken by 32%. Effect on the trigger after 1-second cooldown. So this one, it actually is a multi-anomaly here. A bunch of really good passive effects here. So we have defense crush. We have the slow here, and if you're in PvP, we have the healing dampen as well. All pretty good effects here. Only one of them is aimed at PvP. The rest can be triggered, whenever it's PvE or PvP, which is very, very nice because some units like, I believe Dive Armor Zero has a passive when he hits something that's slowed, it does a lot more damage. And on top of that, the defense crush is always fantastic as well to have there. Following that, speaking of Dive Armor Zero, we have Status Steal. When hitting a target with a weapon attack or energy blade, randomly take 1 buff. That's it. Remember how Grejax was very, very unique because it had the capability of doing that? Well, now we have a second weapon that does that. And it is even better than Grejax. Just because, based off of the wording, this will take 1 second after 3-second cooldown. As opposed to Grejax is only a chance to take it. But because of how dash slashing works, the chances of taking it will be pretty high. So, you have more opportunities to trigger the chance to take it. This is on a cooldown specifically though, so this is already fantastic for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, same reason why Grejax is good. You just have a capability of stealing a buff randomly. And then based on the wording, this one's guaranteed as well. Following that, we have positioning system, increase the damage and increase the range and flight speed of Arc Energy Blade, Dark Energy Blade and Arc Energy Blade at a tracking effect. That's pretty nice. The tracking is pretty good because they have they ignore terrain inherently, so that's good there, and makes them fly faster. So there's that. And then for the hidden skills here, we have the Enhanced Energy Blade, increases the damage of Energy Blade by 25%. Defense reduction, special attack. This is probably what you're going to be using like all the time. We need a target in defense reduction status, increase damage deal by 14%, because dealing more damage is always fantastic. Player Sentinel is something you can use as well, but if you're using this weapon, you probably don't really want Player Sentinel on it, unless you're doing some kind of maybe some kind of very, very niche build. But even then, just damage mitigation isn't really all that great anymore, unfortunately. I still think it's pretty nice to have, as mitigation means that you take less damage, but it's not the same as it once was, where you could just build tanky, really, really tanky units. Some like some units like maybe like Dynamo, Zero Nightmare, and things like that. Because things just do so much damage now that it's really, really hard to just be a tank. And then you have interference resistance, which you're never using that. But yeah, defense versus special attack is what you're gonna go with for this weapon. And should you pull for this weapon? Yes. Much like Ultimate Buster, this is a fantastic weapon, and like I mentioned in the Ultimate Buster video, and some other videos, starting with the Ultimate Buster, the next few limited weapons we're going to get. This is a limited weapon, by the way, so if you want this weapon, now is a very good opportunity to try to pull for it, because it's on limited weapon, it's featured as a limited weapon banner. The downside is that if you want Vertical Trigger 0, which came out early, you have to you're going to prioritize Vertical Trigger 0 instead of prioritizing this, right? Because this will come back. Vertical Trigger 0, it's not likely it'll come back before end of service, assuming we follow the same route as the Talon version, which I expect. But both these weapons came out early. I would recommend picking up this weapon to basically any player. One of the best melee weapons in the game, if not the best at this point. It already has a huge advantage over other melee weapons because it has a Grudge Axe effect onto it. So there is that. It also can just deal a whole lot of damage with all its passive. It has so many things that it can do. Like I said, Grudge Axe effect. It has range options as well. It has defense crush. It has a fat slow, 50% slow. So you'll be moving at the same speed as Gaia Armor X. And if you're Gaia Armor X, man, just don't get hit, I guess. And then you have the defense crush special attack here. But like I said, yeah, I think everyone should be pulling for this weapon unless you really don't like melee weapons. I know some people are really adverse to melee weapons, but this is a fantastic weapon. No matter what mode you go, well, most modes this is really good. I would say no matter what mode, but if you're doing race mode, then this weapon doesn't help you. But like, it's good for PvP. It doesn't really matter about it being good for PvE because PvE is free as it is. But for things like total power battle, raid bosses, just Jakob elevator bosses, it's good for things like that. So it is a very, very good weapon to pick up, especially for melee weapons, because it is probably the best melee weapon. And that said, that will also hold true for the next two, I think it's the next two limited weapons we're going to get, just because they're also modeled after dive armor units as well. Though, like I said, the only problem with this is this came at a really, really bad time, because we're coming off of last week having Dante Trigger X, Ultimate Blast, and now this week we have Vertical Trigger 0, almost had Miracle Blade. So we're getting so much stuff thrown at us at like in such a short amount of time. I really don't think this game is going to not hit EOS sometime soon. But that talk is for a different video. Anyway, hopefully this video helped you out. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll channel this video, show me enjoying the content. So a quick shout out to my YouTube channel members and my patrons. Thank you for supporting me, allowing me to continue doing what I do. If you'd like to support me as a channel member or as a patron, I found the information down below. You get various benefits in the process, such as seeing some videos a bit earlier than they would be released on my YouTube channel, and some behind the scenes stuff. And with that, I will catch you guys next time. Later.